had a good one put on to live because the time said 5:30, but they started at 5, so I rushed in. I guess they were just trying to be a little bit early out, you know. But it was a barbell class, and this morning it was a tread and shed, but I didn't finish it. I liked the music she was playing because I was listening to similar like 80s hip hop. And then there was a barbell one I did join. There was a rapid ride with the real exercise bikes, but I didn't do that because I know that's really hard, but I'll try next time. I'm going to start going back, I think, to my 24-hour schedule. And let me tell you how I was blessed with that. I told y'all about the dilemma that happened yesterday with that girl. So I'm going to tell you what happened. So, after I finished vlogging about it, and again, we never know who's who and what's what. Now, the strange story about the strange story, we're gonna make up some names. We're gonna call it. Let me tell you a preface story just to kind of lighten things up a little bit. So when I was in Miami, I was at a bus stop, and it was kind of dark. We were waiting for the bus, and it was out like in a secluded part of town. And there was a little boy, just bad little black boy, just running around, just being so bad. And I was just like thinking to myself, I was so annoyed, but I was so tired, I couldn't talk. And I was just like, man, I wish he would just sit down, but kids would be kids, right? And then next thing I know, the girl that was sitting beside me, she was really young. She said, Jehovah, Jehovah, stop. And I was like, and that just threw me for a loop. I was like, I know she did not name this bad boy Jehovah. And she did. And that's kind of the situation here. So I met this young lady because they don't wear name tags all the time, but I try to um, just so that I can have a point of reference. And she seemed like such a cherub, like such an angel. Completely the opposite. This spawn of demons. But and her name, when I found out about this person, this is right after I met Chastity, and her name kind of suited her. I don't know if she's really chaste, but she was very Christian-like. But this girl's name, and y'all know that I be leaning on God like crazy, was Faith. But we're gonna call her Hope from now on. And I was just like, wow, I was like, God is, I look for blessings and everything. God has blessed me with, good people. And so, but it was very apparent after I spoke to her the first time that she really did not want to speak to me. So I didn't speak to her anymore, but I maintained my happiness. And you know how they said, devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And when she saw that I was still happy, it made her angry because she looked and she was like, oh, she's still happy. And I was like, yeah, I was. And the only reason I was because she was so rude and disrespectful. This is like I said, I went home and I wrote my journal. And me, you know, I don't really have no defense. So, I wrote my thoughts, and my thoughts were sufficient to have my backup. And so when I came back to the gym the next day, I rounded the corner and I was happy. And she was just shocked, like, because she thought for sure she had lessened my spirit, but she didn't. So then after that, it was after she was doing all these things, and I was like, why are you doing this? This girl is younger than I thought. She's a baby. She really is. But so the group fitness room where I usually do my workouts, I forgot what was wrong with it. I think a class was coming, or I thought a class was coming. So I took it out into like the hit zone. And so I was doing my crunches on the floor, and I was doing my, I don't know what they're called, when you have both your legs in the air and then you crunch up, but you lower one leg at a time and crunch back up. I was doing that. And she was watching me. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm glad she's watching me. I like to be watched. So then next thing I know, she gets out the sweeper broom or whatever, the shark. And she comes close and close, and I see her. And when I see her, I ignore her because I'm thinking surely she's going to go around me, but she does not. She goes like all around my head and stuff. And then when she sees me looking at her, she kind of laughs to herself. That girl is evil. And I'm like, okay, fine. Let her have that. I went home and I wrote about that and wrote my recompense, my imaginary recompense for that. And then the next situation that happened, I think, and that's why I started to think that this chick must. So the next situation that happened after that was I was in the group fitness room again, exercising, and I'm thinking, okay, and there's a few things I'm missing because I forgot And after a while I started stop counting because I was like, this is too much. It's making me diabolical, and I can't keep it up, keep up with that. I don't have that in my heart. So I was in the group fitness room and I saw her and I was like, well, let me keep a positive attitude. And I said, and in the group fitness room when I work out, I move the yoga things, the yoga balls, because I want to see in the mirror, and also I want to be out of the way, and also I want to be where I can be seen because people are saying stupid stuff, and I don't want no stupid stuff said. I want them to see me. You know what I'm saying? So, so if they want to see me, they can see me. That's what she's doing in the room. So, unless somebody's already there, then I move to another corner. So I'm in that corner and I'm noticing all this hairballs and it was like chapstick and all kinds of stuff. And I was just like, oh, it need to be swept. But I picked up what I could and I took a napkin or whatever and I wiped up, whatever hairs I could. And so I'm thinking for sure. And in the back of my mind, I was like, I asked the guy that works there if he could, sweep up the stuff on the floor and everything. And, I never got around to it. But then she entered the room when I was in there, right? Now, a couple days prior to that, like every day, somebody was opening the door. And I don't know if it was her. Oh, these babies are so cute. I'm going to stop looking at other people's kids and stuff because as much love as I look at other people, they don't look at me like that. But I do just love and respect because I think it's beautiful. But anyhow, so, somebody was opening the door and going, so I don't know if it was her. If originally I thought it was her but anyhow. But anyway, so what ends up happening is, she comes in and she's back and forth. And I'm thinking, this is great. This is great. Because when she gets over here, I can just tell her, hey, can you, and I didn't want to ask her, can she do it? So I was just like, hey, do you need to get over here? And I moved. And every time I smiled, it made her mad. It made her angry. And this is, that's a recurring thing in my life. I've heard people wanting to do physical harm to me because of my smile. But then they said it to me. But so she goes over and, she's all sweeping all around me and she says, no, I don't need to get over here. And I'm just like, yes, she do because you got all this stuff here. But I'm like, okay, fine, because I'm Miss Mary Poppins and I go back on about my business. And then it's like every day I was getting that act thing or whatever. But anyhow, just a lot of evil stuff happened. I pushed a lot of it out of my mind because it was too much just back to back to back. And like I said, I'm not a diabolical person. And it was too much for me to even think. I couldn't do it no more. So I had to just let it go. Looks like another love seeker. So I had to let it go. And then I told y'all what happened yesterday. Now, after that happened yesterday, I don't know what's what, but the feeling that I got, because she was watching me exercise when she said she didn't get into the corner, she was watching me, and everything I do is based on whatever video is on. I'm not making anything up original at this point, right? And so, I get to the thing where I'm doing the New York City Ballet, and you know how you stretch your legs and you have to open your legs, and she's just standing there watching me, and she's looking all sad, like, oh. And I'm like, what is wrong with her? And then I'm thinking, and then it made me think, like, maybe because she talks to one person in particular, but come to find out they're family members. But I'm like, I'm not that close to, I can't have everybody up on, like, in my space like that all the time. But anyhow, so, I mean, they're like in each other's face all the time, all the time. So, and I know, like, me and my brother, we're 8 years apart, me and my sister 4 years apart. But I didn't even like them. Like, my brother used to tease me when I come back from college, and he used to sit by me, and I didn't even notice that I had an aversion to that, but he was just like, oh, Maria doesn't like it when people are close to her. And I was like, why he say that? And he's like, watch this. And he was right, and I didn't even know that about myself, but he sat next to me and I moved over. And then he was like, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. So I don't, and that's not just my brother, but anybody. I don't like nobody touching me unless we are close, if you know what I mean. So I don't see how people can be up in each other's face like that all the time. Now, the reason I'm saying all this is normally I would not talk like this is because let me tell you what happened. So, like I said, I don't know who's who and what's what, but apparently, they're supposedly family. And it just shocks me because sometimes, it'll be like in plain sight, I'm going to go do something, and the person is like right up, like right up, like right up like this. Like, I'm just like, how can you be that close? I don't know. But me, like I said, I'm weird. I'm different. But anyhow, so what ends up happening is after I vlogged about it, like I said, she kept hovering around me like prior to that. And, I was just so sick of it. But, so I needed to speak into existence if this is not good. So what ends up happening is there's a another guy, and I remember when somebody they told me that they were related. I was like, oh, I thought they looked similar, but I could have sworn that they were an item because I asked her ask a question and she shot me the eyeball, and I was just like, what was that all about, And I felt like I knew because I was like, the only reason somebody would look at somebody like that is if they had something going, and that makes people crazy. They don't care who it is. They don't, they have a fit. So what ends up happening, like I said, after that, there's a young man that's there, and I kind of thought in my head that that person looked similar to whoever these other people are, right? To those other people, and those people look similar too. And so there's a whole nother story behind it, but this is scary. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you what's scary about it. But let me go ahead and tell you the facts first. So I overheard, I guess the guy was listening to the vlog, right? And I didn't know he was listening, and that's okay. What am I going to do? This is my journal. But I didn't know he was listening. But what happened, I noticed that the other guy that works there was hanging over him, right? And normally he doesn't do that. Normally he's, like wherever I am, he's far, far away. And so, he's hanging around him. And, I started to feel like because they said that the other two were related, that they're probably related too, because all of them look alike. And so then he says to the guy that works there, he says, oh, something, he asked him about, what did such and such say about this lady or woman? I don't know the exact words, but it was something like that. It was kind of under breath. And the person that worked there responded, but I guess he knew that I was probably listening. So he's very discreet. So he said it so low I couldn't say. And whatever it was that he said that she said, he was just like, oh, like, dang, that's really bad. you know? And so, and just to back up to the previous story, what happened was when I came in last night, like I said, I had a really bad day and night. I really didn't even want to go, but I made myself go because I was like, I'm not going to sit here, because I told the story about the homeless man they found under, untraditionally housed man that they found under a house, and he was basically waiting to die. And I was like, I don't want to be that person where people toss me and throw me around so much and, tell me that I'm not worthy with words and without words, to the point that, I don't want to show my face and be around anymore. I'm not going to do that. I'm too gorgeous inside and out, right? And so then I think that rubs people the wrong way too, because I love myself, regardless. And I think everybody should. So the guy says, and not that I'm gorgeous, but that I think I am. That's I think that's what gets people, like, she has the nerve, but so whatever he said, it made the guy be like, oh, like, dang, that's real bad. And so I was like, okay, and previously when those little things happen, I told another person, I said, hey, I know that you're not supervised or anything, but I don't think this person would receive this very well from me. If you could just let them know that, hey, people have different body types, different shapes, whatever. Because it was just, like I said, every day come in the room, whatever, right? And like I said, then after that, and I think it's all of them actually, but except for the guy that I told initially. So then when it was time for me to leave, I wanted to go to the bathroom. But the problem was that I think I needed to go to the family restroom. I don't know, something was wrong where I couldn't go to the regular locker room restroom. The family restroom in the back was closed. So, or it was occupied, I couldn't get in. So I went to the family restroom in the front. And on the way there, I saw her there. And again, she's giving me the eyeball. And I said, well, let me just stop and tell her. I said, hey, Hope. I'm just going to say Hope. I said, hey, Hope. I said, could you do me a big favor? If you could please, if you have something to say about me, or you have a question about me, can you please, just say it directly to me? Because, when I came in last night, whatever you said, it was so awful that, somebody was giving me a side eye, and that's happened a couple of times. And I said that makes it for a bad experience for other people that's working out. And it also takes away from and she was just like, listen. She says, listen. And of course, silly me, I'm just like, yeah, that's why I'm here to listen. What's up? I'm not going to do this with you. And I was just like, you don't have to do anything. I'm just letting you know that, hey, I prefer that you not, speak in any degrading way about me. You can talk to me and tell me what you need to tell me. And prior to that, like a week ago, like I said, I told her, they say her brother, and I told the other person that, they kind of, she seems to kind of listen to there, because I said it would be better receive, if you could just share that with her, because it's been a couple of times. And then that's when I realized I thought that they were a couple, because I was just like, when I told her that, she kind of blew me off. So then I told the other guy there, because he's been there a long time, and he was just like, yeah, and usually he's not like that. So his demeanor changed, and that's why. But I can say good things about him in the past. Like I said, his demeanor has changed a lot. And some of it's because, little, and this is why we got to be good to people consistently, and once you do it, you can't be back, because he used to greet me and everything like that, and then sometimes I come in the morning and I'd be tired and I wouldn't say anything, and he'd be like, like, who raised you? You know what I'm saying? But and I wanted to apologize, but I didn't, because it's too much interaction, and there's something like some type of weird energy or vibe there. So I just don't, not anything bad, but it's just off a little bit, right? And it's not him, and it's not me. It's just a weird vibe. And I think it's because we're familiar with, we don't talk to each other. But so what ends up happening is, that's what he says, and I'm thinking, okay. And then as I'm leaving, I'm thinking to myself, I need to let them know that, hey, if this continues, and I've told you that you're talking, asking questions, she's asked numerous personal questions about me, you can ask me, and I told her personally that, hey, you can ask me and talk to me directly. I've told other people, hey, I don't think she's receiving this from me. Maybe that you could tell her. And, people that have tenure over her, right? And so I was like, I need to let them know that, hey, I let you know, but if this continues, I will consider this to be harassment. So as I walk around the building, and what made me do that was because I felt like this couple, I think I have somewhat of a perception or reputation, which I don't know, of being untraditionally housed. It may be earned or not. I don't know. People have a, I feel like maybe they do, but I can't receive that. But anyhow, there was an old couple. I think they were trying to follow me to see where I was going. I was originally going to the park to hang out, for a little bit, but I was just like, no, because I don't want them following me. So I was just like, if that's the case, I'll just walk back around the building and I'll come back in and I'll just approach them and ask them and just be like, hey, I just wanted to add to that this that I've asked you this, and I've asked you directly. I've asked others to help me with this. If it continues, it's going to be considered to be harassment. But as I was coming back to the building, they were leaving together, and I was just like, oh, they're a couple. And so when I went in, I was just like, no. I said, they're a couple. I might as well forget about it, because it's not going to happen, because they got each other's back. So I'm like, okay, fine. And that's when I found out they're not really a couple. They're brother and sister. And I'm thinking, like, with the attitude that the girl has, like, I didn't see the attitude. Somebody else said she had a bad attitude and they didn't talk to her. And I was like, oh, and I was like, it's so strange. I thought she was just such a sweet person. And I think because of the name, I'm all about God and Jesus and anything related to it. But so what ends up happening is that when I came out, I said, and she said, I'm listening, I'm not gonna listen. And of course, me, I'm listening. I want to hear everything you got to say. As well, I'm here, I'm not going to do this with you. And then I was just like, there's nothing to do. I'm just letting you know that it's really disrespectful. And she just got real loud. And I didn't remember when it gets loud, I just kind of tuned it out. And I was like, hey, I'm a guest. And she says, well, I'm an employee. And I said, well, you're not acting like it. And it starts to get loud. And this is the part where, and then she was just like, and I was on my way, and she was like, go ahead and leave then. And I was leaving, but then I was just like, oh no, I'm going back to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and then as I came back out, because I had other things, and what I really should have said was, hey, well, I took care of that item that was on my list, which was to, ask you about that. And now I'm on to the next thing on my list for the day. So as I'm coming out the bathroom, she's, and I had my earbuds in, so I couldn't really hear anything, but she's talking mad trash. And I'm just like, that's fine that she does that, but let me record it. So I started to record it. And this is the part that's crazy. She actually called her mom. She was like, Mom, such and such and such, and whatever. She was talking to her mom and talking all this trash. And then she was trying to hand me the phone. And, I said, excuse me, because I was walking out the door. She said, oh, she doesn't want to talk. And that's when I sat down and started recording. I'm like, what in the world is she doing, And so the girl is kind of off. Something's wrong with her. Like, she's a danger. And then when I go in, like usually when I go in first, I go directly to the shower. And then she'll come in there and she'll be talking to herself. I'm like, but I don't know. But this is what's making me do this, because normally I would not do this. But what ends up happening is then she said some things that were really off. She was like, I said, if you have something to say to me, just make sure you tell me. And it wasn't in a threatening way or any way like, you talk to me. It was just, hey, I'll be happy to answer any questions, but I just don't want to disrupt everybody else's workout or mine. And she says, you be talking about me to everybody. I don't even talk to nobody. So, yeah, so something's wrong with her. And that's scary to me because it's scary. And then and when she started talking, I realized that she had really like a alternate lifestyle type of demeanor. And I was like, hmm. But it was so much. And it's just like everything, my life is so weird because all those things tie together. Because then the person that works there, and like I said, me and my sister, we're raised by the same parents, but we're completely different. I'm the straight, narrow one, even though my lifestyle doesn't show that I followed all the rules, but I did. And my sister's a loud, rowdy, rah-rah. You would never think we were raised by the same people. She's popular, gregarious. I'm introverted, right? And those three, I'm thinking that other guy has to be like the older brother or something. I think the day where I got thrown off was a day that, there was somebody like grunting in the corner, and I can usually ignore that. But what ends up happening was that I think that he's coaching, like being a mentor or something to them. Like he's like an older brother or something. But he was, trying to instruct the guys at the front desk or something. And so he happened to walk by and he happened to grunt. And I think he was grunting towards them, messing with them. But I happened to be in that direction. And because I heard the grunt and it was so close, I turned to look up and it distracted me, right? So I think that, yeah. In other news, let's talk about other stuff. But yeah, so I just thought that was so weird. And then the thing about it was like, I started to write in my journal and document everything because like I said, I'm coming back to the gym as long as I'm able to, and it's for my workouts. But the way that God blessed me, I'm gonna tell you, is this. Because like I said, I've told you everything about yesterday and my workout yesterday, and it was just going to be a relax and recover. But what ended up happening was this morning when I was going to leave the gym, usually in the morning when I leave the gym, I'll take a walk around a little bit and then I'll go back and get my stuff, and then go home. But when I took the walk a little bit and I came back, God sent an angel. And that angel said to me, and this is a real person. I'm not making up an angel story, but it's a real person. And that's all angels are, is God's spirit and people. And that person said to me, and obviously, because I, greeted them with a smile, I was just like, hey, how's it going? And she was just like, enjoy your workout. And normally, she knows I don't, when I come in like that, is because I just left and I walked around the building and I came back. So she's letting me know, get your workout on, girl, and enjoy it. And I did. And normally, like I said, I've been not really procrastinating, but I've been wanting to, wait until I get my whole workout memorized, which basically I have because I went to the park and I did, when the morning classes were over, I did all what I could remember of my exercises. And I remembered a lot of it. And I left my notebook. I didn't realize I left my notebook. And I have all my exercises written down. But, so yeah, so that was a blessing because I ended up taking almost all of the classes. And it started with me being, why was I on the bike? Oh, this is before I was leaving the gym. But I was listening to some 80s hip hop, then I heard the trap music with the 80s hip hop, and I was like, hey, I got my shoes and stuff. Let me hop up on the treadmill. And I did, and I keep up. And I'm going to start doing all the classes. Before, I think it was me doing my workouts and then working the classes in between because I would be already in the group fitness room doing my exercises, and then the class would come. I didn't want to leave the room, so I would go ahead and just participate in the class, right? Because my membership allowed for that. So, and now my membership allows for that again by God's grace. So I'm going to, I think I'm doing my classes because, this is what made me do it too. Because the girl says to her mom, oh, this lady, she's in here 24/8. And I'm just like, ho, 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 ho. She don't know. Actually, I'm only in there, what is it? Like 3 to 5, sometimes 12. 3 to 4. But that's my goal, is to be in there 24/7. That's my goal, because I used to, well, not 24/7, but almost, like literally, she would have been almost right. I was like 21. So I'm trying to do that again. I want to do all of the classes, do all of my workouts. And, I was working towards that, and then my devices got messed up, so I couldn't work out like I used to, right? So I'm definitely getting back to that. So, yeah. So it's a blessing. And I didn't know those workouts, because when I took the yoga this morning, there were two positions I hadn't gotten to yet, because I was not at the advanced level. I'm at the mid level is what I brought myself up to. And that mid level was with um, the extra positions I learned were the dolphin position, and warrior three. Now, am I still getting a lot of negativity when I'm out and about? Yeah, I'm in the courtyard area here, and the people came out of the phone store, which I used to patronize, and when they came out, it was like all these like ill, like smirks or whatever like that, right? And I remember when I went in there to take care of something. I think one morning I was leaving the gym, and sometimes I walk through here. I walk through the mall to leave the gym, and there were two guys that worked there. One was a real tall, skinny, kind of gay-looking guy, and then there was a heavy-set guy. And when I walked out, it's like I scared them. I mean, I don't know what was scary. What was scary? But I scared them. It was literally like they had a jump scare. Like, I looked so bad. And maybe I'm. I mean, I know this doesn't look good, but but it can't be that bad where it's a jump scare. He was actually jump scared. And then when I went into the store the other day, there's a girl there, and I think she used to come to the gym. I don't know if she still has a membership there or not, but I haven't seen her. Sometimes she would be in the sauna when I would be in the sauna. And I know it's her, because she'd be like, "Oh, have a good day." And I used to always say that. And so she was reminding me, right? And so when I first walked in, it was like a couple of minutes before the store was open, and the door was locked, and I'm sure they could see me, but I went over to this other store for a couple of minutes to browse. They just opened another store here. And when I got back, I need to eat something. When I got back, I said, well, I'll stop in because now it's after time. When I walked in the door, I could tell she felt bad for me, because the males that were there did not want to serve me. They didn't want to serve me, right? And this is why I was giving a shout out to women the other day. I didn't finish the store. The males did not want to serve me. They had their faces turned up like, oh, she shouldn't even be in here, right? And she was just like, the persona that I got from her was like, oh, if she had her, job or whatever like that, y'all would be all on her, and y'all are tripping, and she was just like, you could tell she had a heart for me, compassion for me, right? Because if she wasn't there, I probably wouldn't have got service. I would have got a nasty attitude. And I'm getting that from a lot of males. Like, black men. Well, it's males all around. So it's like, right? And then yesterday when I was at Walmart, I was coming out with my shopping cart, and as I was coming out, I don't think nothing about it because I'm so independent. I don't even, I'm not waiting for anybody to do anything. I'm moving, So I went to open the door. There was a black girl that didn't have anything that walked, and I'm not used to black people doing anything courteous to me, so I, didn't expect nothing. I opened the door for her, even though I had this cart full of stuff, right? And, as I came out, and I let her go in front of me, as I came out, I was coming out before I opened the door, there was these black boys. And, I thought for sure, I didn't think for sure, but they actually, and I didn't know how to put it into words, but they surely didn't open the door, right? But, and I wouldn't have probably let that register in my mind, but what happened was, as I walked out the door, this white lady rushed over, and she was just like, I was rushing to open the door for you, but you beat me to it. And that's when I was just like, it's always women helping women, right? And I was like, those boys, they didn't even try. And she was like, yeah, they completely avoided the door. And that's how it is. I'm like, what is going on, right? And just, all day yesterday and all day the past few days, it's always been women coming in to support women. And I'm not gonna say not all. Like I said, it's been white women, and that's sad. I haven't, or non-black women. I'm trying to. There was a black woman, young girl, that, God stepped in and talked to her a little bit, but she was swayed a little too, so I'm not gonna say that, but I'm gonna, just to be fair, because it's not all about me. People don't have to be kind, they don't have to be whatever, but just to be fair, when God steps into somebody, they do, and people are not perfect. Some people are not godly. God just walks into them every now and then and just say, hey, we're gonna use you to be this vessel today. But yeah, so the story behind this today is that, I wasn't doing my 24-hour workout. I was far from it. I wasn't going to be doing it. I was going to be coming to the gym, sometime. Well, I shouldn't be telling all my hours. I'm not going to tell all my hours, but, you know, I was doing like 5 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours of actual work, not even, I wouldn't say it was rest and relaxation, recover and relax, take a shower. I might do the sauna, get on the bike, and then I might do like just yoga, the South Korean morning routine, and that's it. And that didn't even, a lot of times I didn't get to New York City Ballet because I adjusted the way that I adjusted the way that I did my workouts, right? And shout out to Frankie because he's right. I needed to change up because I think the classes are good for me. I am getting a little weirdness in the class too from the instructor because she's mad that I smiled, and well, I'm gonna smile all day, all long, And so what I find that I need to do, I just need to get in and get out. No, don't allow them to even have an opportunity to have a conversation with me. Get in and get out. The other thing that I'm noticing about me too, like I said, I'm figuring out this lifestyle. I did pretty good with the clothing at first, with the washing and stuff. But I think sometimes it needs to go through a rinse cycle, just rinse, period, right? I talked about how for my mental health, because like I said, the day that I switched to Diabolical, I had so much negativity, I was just like, oh no, this ain't gonna continue. And when I healed from that, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ask people when I see these types of reaction, I'm just gonna ask them straight up, you know, what the deal is, right? And I saw another one of those reactions today. And sometimes people are just being mean. I talked about how because of what happened as far as me being attempted to be attacked or whatever, that was just a one-off. I think God just wanted me to learn to fight. But that how that changed my personality and my attitude. But then, when I think back on it, I'm just like, oh man, I got to apologize. And I think I'm in that season now where God is telling me apologies not necessary. These people do not care about you that much. I need to apologize. So I think that in this season, I need to, like always, be quiet. But I still want to love people because it's in my heart to be that way. Be quiet, but look out for the lovers. Look out for the people that are showing love towards you, and make sure that you don't have your heart closed out. I want to cry, but to make sure that you don't have your heart closed up so that you can't receive or be kind or good to those people that actually have something to to a good seed to plant into your heart. So that's the story. So I am also going to start looking for good people. I don't know if this is good or not. Like I said, I usually rate myself on 5 things. That's mental, social, spiritual, physical, and financial. Dang, this, but social is never that. I don't think social has ever gotten above a 2, right? But let's go ahead and do that. We're going to call this the state of Maria. So for social health, it's at an absolute 0 now. I can say God sends people though to try to train me. Like the other day, I was coming to the gym. I was so surprised. This girl that I speak to, woman that I speak to occasionally, and I just figure I stopped speaking to her because there's so much negativity. I don't want to have everybody else pulled into that. And folks got their own things. I don't want them to. It reminds me of when I was younger how my best friend was just like, people are hating me because I'm your friend. So I'm just like, I don't want that situation. But I was coming from the side parking lot and I was walking into the gym and I hear, hey Maria, hey. And I'm looking and I can't see even with glasses on. And it was her. And I thought that was so sweet. Nobody has been so excited to see me at an establishment that they know that I go to on a regular basis because there's always negativity, right? So, and then God always makes situations happen because I told this one girl about negativity. Next thing I know, I don't know if she's trying to send her friends or her little sister, to watch out for me, right? And so I was in a group fitness room, and these girls came in there, and that just so happened that day, I had everything going on. So I wasn't a positive person. I was just like, man, my earbuds went out. Man, my other earbuds went out. Man, this sports bra got a clasp on it. So, it was just so many different things. I couldn't even get my workout going. So I did eventually get it going, but they sat there and they were probably looking for something that they could applaud or cheer me on. But they sat there for 30 minutes of me going through that, right? So I don't know. I still consider myself to be super blessed. Let me show you the sky. Still consider myself to be super blessed. I'm learning that, how Black people say a lot of times, kinfolk can't always your kinfolk. I kind of always knew because I've never really, been into all of that. But I know for certain now, how, and I talked about this the other day, how other cultures like that have Afro people in their cultures, like the Puerto Ricans and the Hispanic people, how they say, a lot of them say they don't look at the race. And now I understand why, because, when you look specifically at race, like, okay, because I'm brown and my daddy's brown, I'm going to go to a brown person to help me. I haven't had a brown person, especially men. It's not going to happen. And I don't even think, when I think about it, when I go to the gym and stuff, I don't think I remember even a black male holding the door for me. Now, has Hispanic people, whatever, and I don't know what is going on, but something's got to change, and I got to figure it out. So I think part of it is I'm not changing my clothes. I'm wearing this every day forever. I just need to find ways to ensure. I need to find like a because I want to make sure that everything is good. So I want to find like a minister. I guess you call it a minister of hygiene or something. I don't know. But God will speak to me on it, and everything will resolve itself in due time. I want to do my hair because I don't know what's going on with it. And I think it's a conditioner that I'm using. It's kind of doing this thing. But like I said, it's about me clearing my heart, my mind, my body, my spirit. Oh, here's another thing that she said that was scary too. She was just like, you're supposed to be about self-love. Right now, you're self-hate. I was like, what? So that's scary because it tells me is that she's stalking me, like she's on my channel or something. It's scary. Or maybe not. I don't know, because like I said, I've been in a group fitness room before and people have spoken to me, males, but I don't look because I need to stay focused. If I look and I'm paying attention to you, that's not a good thing. I don't want to be paying attention to nobody. And it was some guy I was doing when I was doing my Christian refit workout. Some guy came in there and he was like, "Oh, that's a really good workout." This is a long time ago though. He's like, "That's a really good workout. That's a really good workout." And I was ignoring him because I I, I don't want to engage like that at the gym because I don't have to worry about it now because people say so much nasty stuff that ain't nobody speaking to me. But like I said, I got the side eye as soon as I walked in because whatever they were saying, because the guy looked at what they were saying and then looked at me and he was just trying to figure out what they were talking about. Like what's the problem. But in a way that's a blessing because like I said, I wasn't talking to anybody anyhow when they were speaking to me because I need to focus. If I go to the gym, even I don't want to be distracted. I don't. Now, maybe if I'm outside, yeah. But like I said, I don't think I even have to worry about that anymore. Apparently, I'm a leopard. But another God wink, coincidence, because I was saying how last night I was talking about my personality and how I do actually have a good personality. And I do actually, kind of get along pretty good. But what ended up happening was I was joking to myself. I have these thoughts, and the thought was, shoot, I should run for city council. And I was just like, and the thought behind that was like, if I'm gonna go crazy, I might as well do the most insane thing in the world. I'm loving you. Thank you, Black, for that. I need all the love I can get. I'm soaking it in. And that's the thing too. Melanin is supposed to be about love, but I said if I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna do the craziest thing ever. I'm gonna run for city council. And I was really thinking about that. I was like, I'm gonna research how to run for it. I'm gonna run, and those people that were mentoring me, they're gonna be like, how she thinks she's running when she's untraditionally housed. Of course, they're not gonna use that word, but I am. I'm gonna look it up when I get a chance, like in between workouts and stuff, when I hop on a bike. But the coincidence, like I said, God is in my life so real, or maybe there's just so many coincidences the universe gives to me. But as I thought that this morning, and as I forget where I was going. Oh, I think I had finished my morning classes here, and I was going to the park or Publix or something to grab something. I don't know. But when I left, there was a man. So people do speak to me. I think I just have a reputation here, maybe because people see me too much. You know what I'm saying? And then if they go to the gym, whatever they're saying there, that girl is saying. And like I said, it's a spirit. It's not just her. Because before her, it was the person that was a quote unquote overnight manager. And then I think God stepped in and made us. I didn't even know what was going on. A series of things happened in my favor, and I don't know why she left, but she left on her own accord, and with probably decent standing. And like I said, she was a great people person. She actually was really good with people. She just didn't like me, And so it's one of those things where it's like nobody would ever believe me. It's one of them things, right? And actually, when I still think that she was good at what she did, not being a manager, but just a person, because there was no need for a manager, really, but as a person, to other people, not to me, but I saw how she interacted with people. Great, And then I took the Zumba class today, and I would have appreciated going to her Zumba class if she had one, because I want to see what she had going on. The last time I went, it wasn't that impressive, but the Zumba class I went to today, this woman improved a whole lot, because that wasn't always, it was okay. But so yeah, how I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling pretty good. It's nice out here. Like, I really could sit out here for a good 20-30 minutes and catch my breath. So I am going to go back to the gym. I'm going to get showered up as usual. And then after I get showered up, I don't know, I really want to do my hair, but I'm not going to, because, it's just too much to be bringing stuff back and forth all the time. So this is what it is. Like they say, love me for me. But my hair, the thing about my hair is that it needs to be done after a while, because actually the last time I flat ironed it, I don't think I showed y'all on camera, but the last time I flat ironed it, and my hair was really healthy. If you look at my TikTok video, one of the pin videos, my hair was really healthy. I had trimmed and cut a lot of it. The last time I did my hair a few weeks ago, I had to cut a lot of it because I hadn't done it in so long, right? So, and when I condition my hair, I run my fingers through, so it's not tangled, but it's tangled now. It's really dry. So I think I need to rinse it really good. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put any conditioner in it today. I'm just going to rinse it really, really, really good, because I think it's conditioner residue that's making it so dry, right? But yeah, so, shout out to all the people that love, because there are people that are love based, and I don't know, God keeps sending them my way, and I'm thankful. And then there's people that have loved and respected me before that I haven't given the right time of day. So I'm gonna go back to the gym. I'm gonna grab my stuff and have a bite and whatever, and then go back later. But thank you for the love for the people that are here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Just a disclaimer: everything that I say here is out of love. It's not out of spite, out of anger. None of that. This is just my daily journal, my diary. That's what it is. And it's not even daily. Y'all know I don't be on here that much, but yeah, I'm gonna go do that. But if you're in Valdosta and you want to be my minister of hygiene, let me know. And basically all that really amounts to is that you would be in my presence and you would let me know if, if I smell funny or something. Because right now, what do I smell? I don't think I smell clean, but I smell like my clothes need to be rinsed out. Like there's too much residue in them or something, right? That's what it smells like. And I think they were damp, so. But anywho, that's it. Oh, I didn't do the state of me. Okay, so socially, I'm still at a 0. I'm always going to be at a 0. Financially, I'm at a 0. Mentally, I don't know. I think I'm at a 6.75, because I'm still aware, I'm still alert, I'm still thinking, but it's just by the grace of God that I'm okay. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. And that's usually mentally I'm usually 8, even when I'm going through the most traumatic, but I'm at 6.775. It's like I said, I thought some diabolical thoughts. I'm okay. Mentally I'm 6.75. God is the only thing that's holding me. Spiritually, I'm I want to say I'm an 8, even though I had those thoughts, because I'm still a good person. Spiritually, I say an 8. Physically, I say a 5. It's scary to me that I lost all this weight and I'm not toned. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get my body toned. But I think what was toning my body was the New York City Ballet. Frankie, when he was here, was saying that I come to a plateau. And that sounds good. I don't know exactly what it means, but it sounds like he's saying that I've come to the max of whatever I can do, keep working the same workout and do something different. And I think me taking these classes is something different. I still want to do my workouts. But we'll see how it goes, you know. But I think the classes, until I get everything together, is going to be good. And thank you for the love. And this is so sad. I don't know who this person is, but I appreciate it. I need all the love that I can get. So if you have loving thoughts, now that's when I'm going to have to block you, because it's not about that. Well, actually, I can't even be mad about that, because my body is not a body to be, it's not that type of body. It's like, I remember when I was younger, somebody told me I'm like a Toyota Tercel. I'm compact and efficient. That's kind of what it is. So I think the mall is closed. I don't think they're gonna be able to get in. About to be disappointed. Yep, it's locked. But yeah, so but we're gonna work on the body though. We're gonna work on it. It just scares me that I'm 145 pounds. Don't you all think that's kind of weird? Like, I dropped down from 182 to 145, and I've been eating regular food. Now there was a time when it was kind of slim, but I've been doing okay. Today I didn't eat a whole lot though, I have to admit, but I'm going to go eat some pepperonis and some goldfish crackers. And I think I have like a chicken salad sandwich, and I'll probably put the crackers in there. I'll probably make some kind of concoction with that. Some plums. I've been eating fresh fruit. Yesterday I made a bunch of lemonade. So, and I'm just rambling because I'm really enjoying being out here. And there's actually other people that are just enjoying being out here too, so I'm not alone in this. It's nice out here. But anyways, I love you with the love of Christ. Pray that I stay encouraged. I don't want to be a diabolical person. And I'm thankful because God gives me gifts every time, to let me know, be encouraged. He sends me people, like actual people. And I talked about how, sometimes City of Angels, I talked about that movie, and sometimes every now and then I do get it. I never used to get a tinge. Every now and then I get a tinge of aloneness. I don't like that other word. And, God will let me, it's like when that happens, and with that aloneness, I'm looking for people in the physical form to be in the presence of God, and God will send me those people. And sometimes you can tell that it's purely God, it's nothing in them, but then you can tell that they have a good spirit in them as well, and it's working together with God. So I'm glad when he does that, because it lets me know that I'm not alone in this world. Like I said, it's by the grace of God, and I'm so thankful to be almost 50 and still here. So many things could have happened. That's just me coming here last night. So many things could have happened, but it didn't. And all those things that I mentioned, with all the hearing that young lady listened to, she really didn't care that, hey, I really could have gotten bitten by snakes. I live with snakes, possums, that I have a big old bump on the side of my leg, that could be a brown recluse bite, but I know that it's not, because God watches out for me, and I have been bitten by a brown recluse spider before. And luckily then, like I said, the doctors don't do anything. You have to have friends, luckily then I had somebody that was nice enough, and they suggested it. And I'm going to tell you something, and he told me, and it was the truth, that when you squeeze that stuff, it's infected, so it's going to sting. But he did that, though. He did it for me, and I appreciate that, I still think it's very important to love yourself, and, if you're going to be delusional that way. And I say that because I remember one time I was really feeling myself, and I happened to catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I looked like a crackhead. So, but you have to love you. And I need to brush my teeth, and I need to do a lot of things. So Um, I guess I'm gonna make it back in. Let me have a mental plan of how I'm gonna do. I do need to eat, but I am gonna. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know, but I need. But eventually tonight, I don't know what order it's gonna be. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna update my lyrics list, and I'm just gonna be thankful. But anyways, love you. Bye. Oh, watching you work out. Okay. But I don't even know, like the last one, the Zuma was a lot of fun, but I don't think y'all could see it. It was so dark in there. But it was a lot of fun. And I feel like I missed out. That woman invited me so many times to come. And next time I do want to bring somebody because she kept telling me to bring somebody. So I'm going to see if I can bring somebody next time. And that's going to make me have to work on my social skills. But like I said, I didn't finish telling the story of me saying I was going to do something really insane. And that insane thing was like run for city council. Just because, like I said, if my world is going to be crazy, let's make it all the way crazy. Let's make it cuckoo crazy loco. Let's run for city council and let's piss off the people. They're going to be like, yeah, she's mentally ill. I'm gonna do that, and because it's gonna cost me. Because when I was trying to campaign, not campaign, but when I was trying to promote my nonprofit thing, people thought I was running for city council. Then they were just like, "Are you running for council or something?" I was like, "No, this is just something that's purely in my heart." I don't know about now. I'm purely in my heart, but I think I might do that. And the ironic part, when I was leaving the mall to go to, I don't remember if I went to Publix Park, but this guy spoke to me. He was really well dressed. And he was just like, hey, such and such and such. And I was like, hey, well, I didn't know they had the dry cleaners in there because he had some dry cleaning. Because if I could go to dry cleaners, I would definitely dry clean this. It could be like $3. I don't know. But he was just like, no, he had bought a suit from this department store. He actually lives in Tifton. And actually, he's a member of the Chamber of Commerce. See, God loves me. He keeps sending me. God winks at me all the time. He sends me people. And he was so, and I don't know if he's running, whatever, but I'm not gonna. I remember his last name. I forgot what he told me his first name was, and then he offered me a ride. And it wasn't, how people are creepy. He wasn't being creepy. He was just being a human. And I don't come across that often. But anyways, I just thought it was ironic because I was saying I was gonna run, and I am. I'm gonna research it tonight. Because if I'm gonna be crazy, let's go ahead and make. If I hope I don't lose my mind, but if I'm gonna be crazy, let's be all the way crazy, right? Let's be all the way crazy. So I'm really gonna look it up, y'all. And if I have the means, I don't know if you have to pay to do it. That's God saving me from being completely insane, because I would do it. If you don't have to pay anything to do it, I'm doing it. I'm running for city council. But anyhow, that should be a kick. And what if I actually win? That would be crazy, right? Also, the saving grace I wanted to talk to you about too was, I told y'all this yesterday. I was reading Bill Clinton's life story, and he was all these crazy rumors they were saying about him, that he was up in a tree. It was some really crazy derogatory things that just made him look crazy. And so if it can happen to him, people can say stuff like that about him, they can definitely say it about me. And just to be fair, like I said, today, my clothes do smell a little funny. I don't know. I wouldn't say they stink, but they smell different. Like there's a different scent to them. But just, just whatever. So I think I'm done. It's just so nice out here. I don't want to go, but I am. Isn't it gorgeous out here? I know you can tell how nice it is out here. Anyways, love you. Bye.